and welcome to the first episode of a very too Christmas, where for 24 straight days I will be looking at 24 too beers that appear in the 2018 too Advent calendar. I've never had a beer Advent calendar before, so I thought I'd pop my cherry by getting one from one of my favourite breweries. And as you can see, not looking very festive at the moment, because I'm recording this first video in the middle of November. And so getting it recorded in advance because I'm lazy and I like to prepare. And I know I look absolutely adorable today, but hopefully you won't get burnt out by countless video after video after video of too old madness. Now, what I've done is, I'm not starting at number one. Drop my little slip of paper, bear with me 1 second. I've just realised I don't have my festive scarf on, so it's unbelievably warm already. But so I'm not starting from number one. No, I decided to do something a little bit different, even though I've pretty much spoiled the surprise by uploading a video showing each and every beer. What I've done is, in this silver stein, which I'm not sure what it's actually made out of, I've got numbers 1 to 24, well, minus one of them because I've already got the first beer sorted, because I did it live back in November. And what I'm doing is, I'm going through, I've just heard vibration, so apologies if that interrupted the video. Just basically put little slips of paper in, and I'm just going to pick them out at random. So we'll save that till the end of the video. But for today's beer review, we picked the wonderful number 23. So what is beer number 23 in the too Advent calendar for 2018? Let's find out. As you can see, that went silky smooth, and if you noticed, number one is actually already partially ripped off because I completely forgotten the way I was going to do this video series. So as you can clearly see, we are off to an absolutely wonderful start, but I'm going to keep in the Christmas spirit and carry on. So as you saw with some potentially out of focus footage, beer number 23 in the too Advent calendar for 2018 is a can of the Tropical Rumble, which is a session India Pale Ale brewed with mango, peach and passion fruit. So we're kicking off proceedings with a little bit of tropical action. And enjoy our fruit acquaintance, heaps of fruity mosaic hops paired with the best fruits we could find. And I am a bit partial to a fruited IPA and pale. It's probably one of my favourite sub-styles, so I'm very happy that we're starting things off with this can, because it sounds absolutely delicious. So this is clocking in at 4.2%, and it's got some absolutely gorgeous artwork from Kasper Ledet, as you will be seeing for the next 23 days. Lovely 330ml can, with a lovely wraparound label with some floral patterns on the back. On the can itself, I'm really not feeling it today. Can you tell? But yeah, so one of my sort of favourite styles, and in one of the very rare instances, I actually have brand appropriate glassware. So let's get the beer opened and see what we get. And it is becoming ridiculously warm being dressed like this. The things I do for YouTube. So let's give this a pour and see what we get. I've had a good run with the pales and IPAs from Toul, so I'm sure with the additions of some of my favourite fruits to go into beer, I will hopefully really enjoy it. But beer in a glass then, and it's like a classic IPA. Very subtle haze there. One finger's worth of a lovely white foamy head. It's got lovely sort of ambery orangey colours to it, a little bit golden, almost like a burnt sunset vibe. And yeah, it's nice to see a pale ale that isn't bright yellow and looking like a chemical in a glass. Not that I've got a problem with those sorts of beers, by the way, and I am partial to those. But yeah, this just looks like a nice, classic, simple pale ale that just happens to be bombarded with fruits. So let's see what we get on the nose. It's a very gentle aroma. I'd say the fruity tones come out a little bit more than the hops. You definitely get that tropical mosaic vibe going with this one. But yeah, loads of mango, loads of passion fruit. What was that third fruit that was in there? Peach. Yeah, you do get a subtle peach flavour. I would say that the mango and the passion fruit are the ones that are really vying for your attention. Oh, it smells really nice actually. Nice and simple. It's really quite fragrant as opposed to being like a potent sort of aroma. What's the best before date on this can? Let's see. So, brewed, well, best before, the 13th of October 2019. And at 13:09. As soon as it gets 10 past 1 on the 13th of October next year, this is just going to become rancid shite, apparently. So I'm going off the pretense that this was brewed this October, so it's just over a month old. I doubt Tuol would put old beer into an advent calendar, so maybe some of these beers they might have rebrewed to be included in the advent calendar, so it's all been planned out. I mean, of course you're going to get some dark beers in there, which don't really have to be drank fresh. But yeah, it's definitely not smelling like an old pale ale, which is a really good start. So it smells really nice. Let's give it a taste. Cheers, guys. Ooh. Considering that I didn't really get any peach on the aroma, I got a big mouthful of peach there. The passion fruit, weird noise then. The passion fruit adds a little bit of tartness to it, but it's mellowed out by the mango, which is really in the background, and then it's grounded by that general tropical flavour from the mosaic. It's crisp, it's light-bodied, it's not going to last too long. I'm going to absolutely pile through this beer. Yeah, starting things off really nice and simple with a session pale ale, which is fruited really nicely. Oh yeah, the more I'm drinking it, the more that peach is dominating now. And I'm not usually the biggest fan of peach. It's not one of my favourite fruits. It's not one of my favourite flavours. When it's too much, it's way too much. But here, although it is a little bit dominant, the use of the other fruits, as well as the mosaic hop, it really complements. It all complements each other, do you know what I mean? It does almost border on that sort of fragrant dishwasher soap character, which I've not actually had from a pale or IPA for quite a while now. But thankfully it doesn't go too far. It's not going into the territory of being synthetic. And what's going on with my hand? Is it the greatest example of one of these sorts of beers? No, not really. But it's not a boring beer. It's really nice and balanced, I would say. But that being said, the more I'm drinking it, the more that peach is coming up. Not like repeating on myself. It's coming through a bit more. And for that reason, it's sort of taking a shine off the armour, if that makes sense. But still fantastic beer that I'd happily drink a few cans of. It is a little bit sweet, I'm not going to lie. But in terms of a rating, we're starting off a little bit modest. I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10. So yeah, it's a 7 out of 10 for Tuo's Tropical Bubble, or Bumble, I should say. Learn to read, Peter. If this is a 7 out of 10, I'm looking forward to seeing what the rest of the beers are like. And from memory, even though I only recorded the video yesterday and I've forgotten a lot, I'm very excited to see what else we have in this one. So if you've tried this one, then let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. If any of my friends and fellow beer tubers have reviewed it, their links will be included. Of course, there will be a playlist for the Tuol, or I can't remember what I've named this series now. And hopefully, as the videos progress, it might actually look a little bit more festive. Who knows? Probably not, because I'm a lazy piece of shit. Thank you for watching. And yeah, if you tried it, let me know your thoughts and opinions. So, before we end, let's have a look and see what number we are drinking tomorrow. Alright, so we've got one here. Oh, it's quite exciting. We are drinking number 2. And you'll have to find out what number 2 is tomorrow. Hopefully, you won't have jumped ship already. Thank you for watching, and I shall hopefully, there's a very faint glimmer of hope that you will join me tomorrow. Bye!